Hello Gemini, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for May 2020. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some of the messages may apply, some of them may not, and the reading can be entirely switched. So Gemini, I'm going to read your energy first, although this could be the person you're dealing with in terms of how the energy is split. That's for you to decide. I'm not getting a strong masculine or feminine vibe. I do have strong mother vibes in this reading. The lyrics I got through was, hey mama, don't stress too much, and you didn't want to wake up one more day wishing that you had done more. So this is the vulture spirit in reverse and the pig spirit in reverse. So there's a feeling of being of overthinking about a situation, and it's also feeling that a situation that you've dealt with has been a bit of a waste of time. With the vulture spirit here, it's almost like a completely fruitless bloody endeavor. There's you almost feel some irritation, but in the main I feel real confusion as to who to trust in a situation. And with the pig spirit here, you know, it's ruminating thoughts, it's analysis paralysis, and there's a reminder here with the vulture spirit that you have to, as much as possible, look to the situation and see what you have in fact gained, and not saying that you're seeing any positives here whatsoever. There may be some grief or anger here that you need to move through. You may be feeling a disappointment. Disappointment is coming through as your main significator for the month. Maybe even embarrassment, or just that something, maybe even something shameful. But this is saying that soon there will be, this experience will be a source of wisdom for you, a source of strength that you'll be able to draw on in the future, and that you have to hang on in there. I just feel you think the whole experience has been a complete bloody waste of time, and you don't really have that much to show for it, but you're also really struggling to get over something that has ended or needs to end. Now this could be with a court case with adjudication here. Your external energy has got the courthouse as well, I noticed. So I don't know if this is a court case that you've been going through with someone that's, you know, been going on for some time, and the outcome is really disappointing for you. That's quite possible. Or it may be that you're just hugely judgmental just now about this person or this situation or this group of people, and they're quite the same. So yeah, that is your energy, but as I say, it could be flipped, and this could be you here, which is my chameleon spirit in reverse with the ant spirit, time to collaborate, and the courthouse. With my chameleon spirit being in reverse, again, this is someone who's quite stressed, and someone who may be really quite highly sensitive, overly sensitive. This is someone who might be quite empathic, and they can't really judge where their energy starts and the outside world begins. This is someone who usually would be looking to very much be themselves. It's not, there's no pretense with this person. They're not prepared to you know, fake it till they make it. Probably quite the opposite. And this might be quite an auspicious time for this person with the time to collaborate. Is somebody who maybe has a lot of support, a lot of supporters, or it's just someone who works very well and authentically with other people. Again, Gemini, this could be your energy. This is somebody who may who's trying to get grounded, who may actually have a time away from social media, who's very focused on their own self-care, and they're just having a time out, but they do seem to be working well with others, but for some reason they are detached from another group of people. I'm not quite sure how that works. With it being adjudication for you and courthouse for them, I just kind of feel this is maybe like two warring parties involved in a court case of some sort. And this person, I think, maybe has more support than you, or you believe they have more support than you. If it is a court case type scenario, I feel that there may even be, with the chameleon being in reverse, I got a feeling of slight exposure here, of, you know, mass dropping and people being seen for who they truly are, and in your outcome, it would suggest that that's something that's still very much in the mix. There's a real mixture of like mask wearing and mask dropping and who's who and where do I go and who do I trust. And this is something you need to be wary of this month, because I've got my sea beacon fairy who's guidance, but where will it lead you? And this very much is about who you're taking advice from. And I will come on to your advice at the end of the reading, stick with me. But this is like, I'll read you a little bit. Sometimes when the clear path seems to be taking you in the right direction, it helps to know who is holding the light up. Because while this beautiful sea beacon fairy is most certainly guiding a lost ship, who knows where she leads it, towards the rocks or towards the safe harbour. And this is a choice you have to make now. Is this path that is clearly being lit the right one? Simply because there is light is the source of truth and good guide. Would you be best to await another way out of the storm, or are you so eager to avoid the storm and the challenge that you will follow the first light that comes along? You have already received very definitive, clear signs, one that you have asked for over and over again. Oh, hold on, flip to page. So there's a perfect solution to a problem, but whether it's wise to take it is an altogether different thing. You may have more resources and opportunities than you're aware of, speak Marina. You may have more resources and opportunities than you are aware of, or than you are allowing yourself to believe. That's the vulture spirit in reverse. That's feeling that it's been a waste of time and there's not enough out there, and there's no, you know, roadkill for you to access. Do not be too quick to follow the first opportunity it comes. Wait and check both your sources and your inner wisdom. There are paths and many solutions, and not all advice will be right for you. I kind of get a wee bit of a feeling of like desperation, Gemini, that things aren't going your way or haven't gone your way, and you're all a bit pissed off about it, and it's almost like the next best thing that comes along is the one you're going to jump at. Because I think you might actually be quite bored, disillusioned just now as your main significators come out. And I think that's something you need to be wary of, because with the pig spirit being in reverse, it suggests that your thinking is not clear just now. So maybe you had to come out of a broken relationship and you're on the rebound like big time. And the next thing that comes along, you're going to jump at it just to give you some relief. Emotional or otherwise, and that could actually be a really bad thing to do. Yeah, it's like jumping from the frying pan into the fire here. So if that resonates and you're coming out of something and you are feeling very disappointed, Four of Cups in the Death card, disillusioned about an ending, not knowing what the future holds but knowing it must be better than the past, you need to be really careful about what you jump into next. You need to be really careful about what you jump into next, in case you just basically recreate a similar scenario. In your blocked position, the obstacle you need to look at this month is the Death card yet again. And this is with Tahom, the poet, in reverse. So it feels like you're not getting over something here. You've not, you know, acclimatized to this ending. Or maybe there has been an ending and you're just waiting on your rebirth here. With Tahom being in reverse, again, there's a feeling of confusion about what's true, who's real, who's not. But this can also be that you're being silent when you need to speak up about something, and you don't feel able to do that. And why do you not feel able to do that? I am getting quite a bit of that in your past position, very similar in your subconscious. Things aren't changing as quickly as you would like them to, so it would suggest that there's some sort of behavior change or perspective change that you maybe need to look at, Gemini, or maybe a case of you keep doing what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always got. And Tahom is sort of suggesting that, yeah, you need to exercise good sense here. And you maybe need to make some moves. I mean, Tahom is one of my stone fairies. He doesn't move. He's my lovesick Romeo in reverse. So it could mean that this is a kind of soured relationship. This is, and it feels like maybe it's a relationship you haven't moved on from. You don't know how to move on from it. It could have been a person you might have been quite obsessive about. You may have been watching them for a while. And that's something that, if that is the case, that's something that needs to end. It feels habitual. It's almost habitual now that you're stuck on this ending. Disappointed, disillusioned, not moving on from it, or not getting over the fact that it has ended, and wondering what the fucking point of it was. What did you get out of it? And now it's a case, I think you may even be, I'm not getting any like intuition things here. I'm getting that you just don't know who to trust anymore. So someone may have let you down badly here, and it's really dented your ability to trust your own judgment, maybe even. So in your subconscious, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and it will be the Retriever in reverse. So there's no communication here with the Eight of Wands in reverse. It can be that you just don't feel that you're able to escape a situation. You feel really stuck by it. And with Ilby, this is Ilby always says, I can't. He's got quite a negative attitude, or he negatively self-talks. I feel that there's a loss of hope here, Gemini. It may be that, you know, I think you're sort of like stuck on a lost love here. Because Ilby is about reclaiming lost luggage, and he's about, you know, being very hopeful and wishing. But in the main, I'm just getting that there's no communication here, that you're not speaking to someone, you're not speaking up about how you feel about a situation. Maybe you are missing someone. Maybe you're just really disappointed about a situation, but you're not stating your case. And the very fact you're not stating it, regardless as to the outcome, is leaving you stuck. Everything switches off when I say that. In your headspace, the Knight of Pentacles with the Singer of Transfiguration in reverse here. This just feels, again, it's very stuck. There's not a lot of movement. There's nothing changing. There's nothing happening. Now, the Singer of Transfiguration is one of the best cards in this deck. Albeit it's in reverse, it always just suggests a delay to, you know, the reward, the transformation, the metamorphosis. It's taking an awful long time. So it's suggesting that it is there and it is coming. This is in your headspace. It's just not maybe coming as quickly as you would like, or there are delays to that happening. But it is the best card in the deck, Gemini. So it may be suggesting that it is a glimpse in your mind, a little sector of your brain where you do still have hope, you still have positivity, and you know, it's just a case of moving through the cogs to get there. So there may be some plan in your mind that it is taking some time to get there. But the Knight of Pentacles does get there, albeit very slowly. But what he does produce is solid in its quality work. Right, baby? Okay. And in your past, the Six of Swords in reverse and Penelope, the Dreamweaver. I think you like dropped something that was just... It may be that there was an unexpressed wish and a hope that you moved on from in the past for whatever reason here. That may be what the disappointment is, or it may be completely unconnected to your current story, because it is past energy. It can drift out a long time. But with Penelope, she's about visions and hopes and dreams and magic, and it's almost like you just binned that off. You maybe went in a more sort of mercurial, logical journey. And maybe that's what you had to do at the time. But it does seem pretty sad that Penelope's in reverse here, because she's my dream weaver. So this may be that you haven't paid attention to your visions, or you know, your dreams, or what you would really like, or maybe you just didn't think that that was something you could achieve and there was something else you had to do instead. I get a feeling that that's created some sort of jaded energy. Almost feels like, you know, a transition from childhood into adulthood, when things aren't magical anymore, you know. And, you know, you find out that Santa's not real. Clearly he is. Hello. It feels like you've dropped something here that was really quite lovely, or had that potential, and went off to do something else in your past. So in your future, imminent future. So firstly, we have the Four of Wands. This is a really positive card. This is stability in the main, stability at home, families coming together, celebration, planning, and I think what you're trying to achieve here is a sort of stable home community. But there's definitely an issue here, Gemini, because I've got the Puck with Facade in reverse and completion. The Puck is about trying to achieve resolutions. It's a bit shape-shifty, though. I almost feel like either it's you or whoever you're dealing with is a bit of a shapeshifter. You know, one minute they are exactly who you expect them to be, and the next minute they drop the facade, the mask, and they're like some sort of snarling beast. I don't know. It just feels very I don't know how to describe it. I just want to shake my head and go, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know who I'm looking at. It might be someone who's got like a split personality, or their moods are so erratic that one minute they're just exactly who you want them to be and everything's lovely and you're doing your best to hang on to that, and the next minute it just all goes to shit, and they, you know, as I say, come out and show who they really are, and it's like, oh, hell no. And that's that may be something that's wrapping up on the home front completion here. Somebody is possibly seeing someone for who they truly are. It's someone they're very connected to with the Four of Wands. It could be someone that you're even married to. I took a very strong mother vibe. May just be the mother of your children, or you may be the mother. But there is an attempt to try and resolve a situation. Probably honestly address it, but it feels like something that may have already ended. Let me just have a look, see what they can. There's guilt at the base of the deck. There's guilt with regards to a union and the Two of Pentacles. So maybe some juggling has gone on here. That may be what's been revealed. What's the Facade in reverse with completion for Gemini? Got the Two of Coins again. So I've got the Two of Pentacles at the base of the deck, and I've got the Two of Pentacles as your advice card as well. This is dropping all the balls, and this is the Jester. It's also looking at his reflection. Someone pretty fake here is really what I'm getting. Someone that you're connected to or living with. It's pretty fake. So then I've got the completion card upright, and I've got the death card in reverse. 3 death cards in this reading. Bloody hell. This is someone trying to pull a Lazarus. This is trying to like resuscitate something that's already dead. Magician in reverse. Manipulation, deception. So I don't know who this is, Gemini. It's not very clear to me. As I say, I wasn't getting very strong energies, male or female. other than a mother energy coming through, and I'll come on to that here. That's the Queen of Swords and the Bright Mother in reverse. But there's someone that you're very close to, very connected to, and it's almost a little bit warped. One minute you're all on, next minute you're all off. One minute they're all in, wanting to fix stuff, and next minute they show their really snarly teeth, and all the balls get dropped. Where you find yourself. Queen of Swords and the Bright Mother in reverse. Oofty. Little bit cold, to say the least. This could be like a smother mother or a martyr mother. This is the kind of woman who would say that they've sacrificed everything for you and you have to repay that debt your entire life. This is a woman who, definitely female energy, make no mistake. This is a female who has difficulty giving or receiving. Probably giving. It's maybe someone who's got emotional problems, mental problems, maybe actual physical problems, eating disorders, digestive issues. Someone is pretty fucking unforgiving. So this is either who you're dealing with, or this could be your own energy, or yeah. And this may be the person that you actually are connected to. You either share a home with, or it's a part of your own family. I wish I could pull it all together and just be really clear, but the only real character is this Queen of Swords, and this could only, I can only imagine, is your own energy, possibly Gemini. But that to me is always an Aquarian, I'll be honest. Aquarian or Cancer. God, I don't know. In your hopes, Temperance with Mickle in reverse here. Hoping just to keep things balanced. Hoping things don't unravel. Mickle is an opportunistic energy. It's someone who's incredibly selfish, self-centered, childish, juvenile. So, you know, it could be a mother and a child. It's a hope that you keep things balanced. I hope that you can manage a situation, maintain your equilibrium, your peaceful state of mind, whilst possibly dealing with someone who's very unruly, very selfish, idiotic, stupid. And in your fears, Lovers upright with the Fairy Godmother in reverse. So fearing that, I sort of feel I'm coming back to your past energy here, because I often see the Fairy Godmother similar to Penelope, Dreamweaver. But this can be that, again, there's a feeling that you're fearing that there's selfish energy here, there's taking energy, that maybe if you were to able to offer your love to someone, that they would just throw it back in your face. There's a fear here that if you make a decision in love, it will go sour. The Fairy Godmother in reverse at its worst is that it's an energy that sours our lives. It's someone who shares nothing, becomes selfish and greedy. It's almost like a thief taker, a joy thief, and it's very judgmental energy. You maybe fear that you'll be judged for a choice that you make. It doesn't need to be in love, it's just a choice. Because in this Mythic Tarot deck, Paris does make a very poor choice, because he chooses Helen, who's already married. So you may be fearing that you're going to be judged for having made a poor choice in love. now or in the past. And I do get a feeling of revelation with the facade in reverse and this external energy in reverse. And a need to speak up about something that's possibly happened in your past. And I say that now because in your outcome, look at the Six of Cups and the glaucoma in reverse. Blimey. The glaucoma in reverse is my narcissist card upright, but in reverse it's even more twisted. So this is someone you're very connected with. This is like a past love, an old friend, a family member, a soulmate, a past life relationship. And this is in your outcome. This is where this is leading to. We have free will. You can change everything, every moment, every day, if this is where you don't want it to lead it to. But glaucomas want to be very, very careful of. This is the Great Pretender. This is my illusionist, my lustful, smooth Harry. But like in reverse, this is somebody who just pretends to be something that they're not. This is somebody who lacks moral strength to present themselves honestly, their opinions honestly, their ideas honestly. And they do it to gain advantage by fooling others. I actually got on this vanity, but I actually heard it in the Al Pacino voice from the, I mean, I can't think the name of the movie. It's the one with Keanu Reeves. It's the son of the devil. And Al Pacino is the devil himself, his father. And after he goes through, oh God, what's it called? Oh my God, I can't think. It's so annoying. After they go through this incredible journey where he loses his own wife, he shoots himself, you know, to sort of end. He won't be what he's expected to be, but basically Al Pacino takes on the form of a journalist, and they go right back to the beginning of the movie. And how he sort of lures him back in is his own vanity, that, you know, this journalist is going to write a story about him, about the fact he's been prepared to disbar himself rather than, you know, what's the word? It basically does not allow a paedophile to get off the hook. He says he can't a lawyer for him, and this is how he lures him back in. Vanity. That's what I got on that. So, Gemini, I won't say I hope this resonates, but, you know, if it does, let's have a look at your advice. And I really do feel your advice is, and I'm coming back to my seed beacon fairy, be careful who you listen to and whose advice you take, is to go alone, to seek your own counsel and no others. Two of Pentacles again, all this juggling. The Hangman in reverse from my future tarot deck. In his upright position, he's been hung there for so long, really stuck, that someone comes along and offers him some nourishment while he's hung up there. So in this position with the Hangman, it is obviously a situation where you kind of feel your hands are tied. There's not maybe a great deal you feel you can do about it, coming back to the feeling that it's all been a bit bloody worthless. This is sort of suggesting that nobody's going to bail you out here. Nobody's going to come and offer you sustenance. You have to do it yourself. And I really do feel that your advice is suggesting that you actually become a little bit selfish, that you look out for number one here. And it's a guy like freaking drowning in the water here, and he's like so self-absorbed. But this is your advice. Your advice is to seek your own counsel, is to go through this on your own. I'm coming back to my vulture spirit, like the grief and the anger, you know, move through you, not overwhelm you, but do on your own, because I don't think you know who you can trust right now, Gemini. And if you've got a glaucoma in your reversed outcome, who's maybe pulling on your heartstrings or coming back from the past, who wants help, who's led you up the garden path before, I don't know. This is saying just do your own thing. And I have checked with my second deck, and the door to healing and happiness is by walking away. So I do not know, Gemini, what you're embroiled with, whether it's a mother or a relationship or a court case or whatever it may be for you. You need to walk away from something here. You have 3 death cards in this reading and a completion card. There is something that absolutely needs to be wrapped up, Gemini. And that's your door to healing and happiness. So there you go. That is your reading. As I say, I hope it doesn't resonate. But if it does, please let me know. I do like some comments. And look after yourself. Bye-bye.